Hello everybody, Tadgh Henderson is my name, the Managing Director of Profits Flow. We are an ERP software provider based in Arklow, County Wicklow. I have a few slides on here just to set a bit of background about what we do and how we go about it. I won't dwell too long on them, I know this has gone behind time now. As I say, we're based in Arklow, County Wicklow. The main product we provide is an ERP product called eFax, which is aimed at manufacturing and field service companies. We provide, obviously, all of the services surrounding the software itself. So we train people how to use the software, we implement it at companies. We provide development services through customization, hardware, etc. So everything you need to run a full ERP system is provided by ourselves from our base in Arklow. It's just a quick one that goes through the process of actually implementing a system. So there's 5 main phases, as you can see there. We start off with a scoping exercise where we plan out what's required and what's needed from a project. We proceed then to training workshops where we get together with an implementation team of people who are going to implement the system within the company, train them and provide a series of workshops to configure a system that meets their requirements. We then proceed to a pilot where we fully test the system and put it through its paces, culminating in final preparation, which is where we have a system that's got a model that works, that we believe works. We use that for training, testing, and migrating the data with the end result where we finally go live with the new system. Through this process, we have identified that there is considerable confusion out there in the market as to whether cloud-based or on-premises systems are better. So I'll just scan through some of these just to give a few of the advantages. But basically, as you can see from those items there, we're talking about a fully integrated system. So the entire business is using the same platform, the same system, with information only needing to be input one time and proceed through the system in real time, integrating automatically. Key point is that it's browser based, so whether you have this software installed via a cloud platform or on your own server, it doesn't really matter. The end user sees the same thing. It's access to a web browser. Also, because of the web technologies that are used, it's flexible and customizable, so you can relabel elements of the system, you can reconfigure it, you can build your own applications within the software if necessary, if need be. Ultimately, obviously, efficiency is the main goal in all of these things. Just a summary of the modules, I suppose, is there, but as you can see, I mentioned already that it's primarily manufacturing and field service companies that we deal with. All of these things, and if anybody wants these slides afterwards, I'm quite happy to provide them. Help yourself to a business card. All of these things are issues that are common to both field service and manufacturing companies, as we found. Just a brief history of the product. It's originated in the 1980s, so what you see today has at its root what we had back in 1985 when the product was first launched. In the 90s we moved to a Microsoft platform, and what you now see is browser-based, can run under Windows or Oracle, and as I say, cloud or on-premises is your option. There's a very quick graphic here showing the number of projects delivered over the last number of years, the last 8 years or so. So as you can see, it's proving quite popular, and the message is getting out there that this is a strategy that can work. So in terms of the question as to whether you go with cloud or on-premises, I suppose firstly, let's take a look at some of the advantages of cloud computing. So key, I suppose, probably everybody's familiar with the concept as it stands right now, but key to it is that people can get into the system from wherever they are, anytime, from anywhere. There's also the advantage of minimal impact, so you don't have to have an IT manager or an IT department to run your system. You've got a monthly cost, software as a service. Costs are starting to creep up a little bit now, but still in all, it's a monthly cost as opposed to a one-off capital expenditure. Ease of deployment across multiple sites, so it can be deployed across, if you're talking about an organisation with multiple sites right around the country, right around the world, wherever those sites might be. A cloud platform can be a natural fit for that, because obviously you don't have to worry about having to integrate the networks of all those multiple sites. More reliable backups and reduced downtime for maintenance. So it is estimated that most, or certainly many manufacturing companies that are out there have compromised backup systems, and that should they try to recover them, they may find that they have to go back a lot further than they should have to. So with a properly managed cloud infrastructure, it should be a lot more reliable in the first place, so not subject to data loss. But if you do have an issue, it should be easier to recover your data. That's the theory. And also it enables mobile workforce. Obviously, mobile apps can feed into your cloud solution a lot more readily. So why are people, it sounds like a no-brainer, why are people shying away from it? The fact of the matter is a tiny percentage of SMEs are adopting cloud ERP systems. One of the primary reasons we're seeing is concerns about the infrastructure. So people are worried that if their comms goes down, if Aircom dig up the road and they lose their internet connection, their fibre, for a week, for example, production has to stop. That's not an option. It's a cost that's too high. So the only way of avoiding that is to have a failover option, and that's expensive. It means you have to have two dedicated and separate internet infrastructures. Security is a concern. People are worried that if I put all my company data up on the internet, who's going to be able to access that, and what security is there in place to prevent it. There's always a fear of vendor lock-in as well. If I load up all my data onto a cloud system, how do I get it back if I want to change to another supplier? And it is a big question for people. And then there's obviously the fear of the unknown. So our solution to that is to provide us an ERP system that can be installed on your own server now, that at some point in the future is, if you decide to move to the cloud, you can literally take it from your system and put it up onto a cloud server in a cloud infrastructure. Likewise, you can start out with the cloud and move it back to your own on-premises solution. So it's literally interchangeable. It's fully web-based, so it's not, a lot of systems you see out there today are web-based systems or have a web-based client, but it's actually not the full client for the software. So what you need to be looking for is a system that can be accessed, that is native web, I suppose, that whether it's on premises or whether it's on the cloud, you're accessing the system via a web browser and a web browser only. Either that or a mobile app. So that makes it much easier to move between the cloud and on premises. Users don't see any difference. You can finish the week this week, get to Friday on your on-premises system. Monday morning you can be up and running on the cloud, and there's no difference to end users. Okay, that's everything for me. So if anybody has any questions, or if anybody would like to get a copy of those slides, I'm more than happy to send them to you. I've got some cards here for if anybody wants to take them. Thank you very much.